ready. Humidor chapter. Get ready. Humidor chapter. Sports. Humidor chapter. Cigars. Humidor chapter. Get ready. Humidor chapter. Get ready. Humidor chapter.
Yo, it's your boy, Mr. SmokeFella, back in the house on this Saturday morning. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got a lot to talk about, man. NBA was bananas over the last couple of days because of the trade deadline. Some players flew here, some players flew there, some players didn't go nowhere. As my man KDL would say, if you ain't there, you ain't nowhere. So there's some teams out there that went nowhere. But man, check it out, man. I'm I'm so hyped up for this show, man. So I'm finna start bringing my cats in. My man, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but guess what? He told me he drinking water because this weekend he got to pace himself. You hear what I'm saying? Because right after the show, we're going to get it in with day drinking with my man, Ty, Mr. Fuller Life Yancey. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. SmokeFellas will be the host of Day Drinking Ain't for the Week at the Red Pepper starting at noon. So if you want to come and hang out with the fellas, that's a spot that we're going to be at. So let me bring my man Lucky Lefty in and his glass of water.
Jug of water.
Oh, you got the old school jug?
Yeah, I got the old school jug on today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, people. Welcome. Today is a hell of a day. Super Bowl weekend. A lot of sports to talk about. And of course, partying with the smoke fellas. You know how it is. Hey, day drinking ain't for the week. Red Pepper Lounge. As soon as we leave, as soon as we done with the show, we started noon, but as soon as we done, we gonna head on over there. So if y'all want to come have a cocktail, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, however many, float your boat. Come meet us over at the Red Pepper. And of course, tomorrow, Eduardo Limon Super Bowl party. Smoke fellas, y'all know how we do it. Cash prizes. When I tell y'all we got a spread for your ass. We got a spread, we got drinks, we got, man, the whole nine, man. It's gonna be a good time. So try not to like eat light in the morning or don't eat nothing at all. Just save your appetite till you get to where we at. It's gonna be on.
You know, it would be a sad thing without our man about the United States. And when I say to my man about United States, y'all know I'm talking about KDL 33. We don't know where he at half the time. He could be in Vegas, Arizona, the Louvre. I mean, I don't even know where he at today. But as he say, that's neither here nor there. KDL, what's up?
What is happening? What is happening, people? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's Saturday morning. I'm actually in the state, bro. I'm in Illinois, man. Let's get it. How y'all doing? Let's get it.
Hey, he's secret agent, man.
Had a rough night, though. Had a rough night.
He's
Well, I got my
secret agent, man.
Gatorade. Got my Gatorade. Let's get it.
Good morning to our smoke fella brother Will Wheat. Brother Wheat jumped in. The Mad Hatter himself.
Right.
What up, Will?
AKA Hat Fella.
Right. I will. I saw you. You was out at I think you was at Tinley Park High School for senior night for one of your partners. I want to know, did they win the game? Because Shorty had his shoe game. He had to look like he was trying to go out and drop 30. He had
Well, if
that
you hang
look.
with Will, his gear was on.
Hey, Lefty. You know when you came in and all your jersey and stuff hung right, your shoes right, you finna give him 30. Finna give him 30.
Walking pigeon toed.
Hey, he had to look, man. He had to look.
Hey, couldn't nobody tell you nothing.
Right, couldn't tell you nothing, boy.
The
Hey,
Jordan arm swing while we're pitch toe could tell you nothing.
nah, I got one for y'all in the crip line. The drag of your right foot on
Yes, sir.
the
Yes, sir.
layup.
Man, you
You
gotta, you
dragging the
gotta, you
foot.
gotta look sweet. And when you lay the ball
Right,
up, you gotta look like cold with it.
Right.
right.
When you lay the ball up.
George Gervin-ish. Those are grown.
Hey
Back
man,
then, you could slap the glass. You can't do that no more.
Right.
man, listen. Depending on where you at, they trying to tear the rim down nowadays.
Right. It's a damn some crip lines now are better than the NBA dunk contest that's happening next weekend.
Right.
Never lying.
Right.
Cause remember, the refs ain't out there when you first get out there. They in the
Right.
locker room. When they
Yep.
come out, somebody be like, hey, get off the rim, get off the rim.
Right.
We do that in college, though. We put on the
Yeah,
show in college.
right. Uh, well, I will say somebody that don't know nothing about that life is Angry Man. But that's near here nor there. He not here. He is traveling for work, so he won't be with us today. But he don't know nothing about this conversation, so glad he ain't here.
Slide dog.
But since we talking about basketball, man, hey, we got to put some smoke in the air. I don't care if you critical about the man, you don't like the decision, you don't like that he joined with Wade, you don't like he joined with AD. You gotta give this man some love for becoming an all-time NBA scoring champion. The other night, passing Kareem, 38,000, 309 points. Dude, I can't remember who he hit the shot on, but you go down in history as the fadeaway for the all time greatest record. Dude, crazy. So you got to show that man some love. I don't
Well,
care if you hate
Thomas
him or
Bryant
not.
was crying for the ball, and little did he know that was his last play as a Laker.
Damn. Come on, man.
Come
I'm just
on,
saying,
man.
man.
Come on, man. But dude,
Hey,
that
real
is an
talk, real
awesome
talk.
feat, bro.
I'm gonna go before the money because I know the money. That's a dude.
Yeah, he might cry.
Let me tell you something. I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm not. It's well known. I'm a Laker fan. Tolerate him because he's a Laker. I defend him because he's a Laker. But I'm gonna say this: you can't be a basketball fan, man, and let a dude, whether you like him or not, break a 40-year-old record and not give respect to that. Like you just simply can't do it. And if you find any flaws, like, oh man, he didn't have to do it if MJ would have played. You can't do that, dog. This dude, and it's gonna sound like I'm defending him, but check this out. This dude gonna end up with over 40,000 points, top 5 in assists, top 10 in rebounds. You can't shit on that. You can't. And look, I'm not a LeBron fan, not because of his basketball, not because of whatever he do up the court. I'm not a fan of all the whining. I thought the tantrum was over the top, and that's the stuff I talk about with LeBron. I'm not a fan of putting together all your boys and building teams. I'm not a fan of that. So I've never been a fan of him. I've always respected the basketball in it. You'll be a fool not to. So if a dude break a 40-year-old record, you can't. You just got to give it up, man. Like it is what it is. Like you can't, regardless of how you hate him. Come on, man. If it was one of your favorite stars, you would do the same thing, and you wouldn't use the excuses that everybody is using as to why he did it. Can't do that. Can't do that. Dude, it's a 40-year-old record. He did it.
Facts.
If you're a basketball fan, you got to give it up. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I think it didn't turn to a moment to put up more Michael Jordan highlights, which is so damn irritating. I'm 100% with you, man. 38-year record. I was 84, so maybe fifth grade when Kareem broke it. So I was too young to even appreciate it. And just the longevity, everything about it, man. Of course, I'm team LeBron. I rock with him. I don't worship LeBron like some people claim because you like LeBron, you worship him. I don't know where that idiotic logic comes from. Uh, Great player, man. I mean, just his whole career, and that's without comparing with nobody. That's all that GOAT talk, which is all hypothetical anyway. Whoever you think is the GOAT is your GOAT. Whatever. Have fun with it. I don't think it's disrespectful to nobody to think somebody else is good or to praise somebody else. But to my, all lefties is my kinfolk. And for y'all that don't know, I would remind you, LeBron is actually left-handed. He just plays basketball right. So to my lefty cousin, matter of fact, I'm gonna move you up in the rankings because I had you.
Here we go. Here we go.
I had you around 4 in the lefty rankings. So now it's me, then LeBron, then Jay-Z, then Barack Obama. So we shifted around.
Jay-Z ain't left-handed.
Yes, he is. Jay-Z is left-handed. Yeah. So LeBron, congratulations. You're the NBA all-time leading scorer, and you're number 2 all-time lefty list.
But who number 1?
Me. I'm 1.
Boy,
you
boy,
gonna put yourself over LeBron James?
It's my list. It's my list.
Boy,
No,
boy.
man,
That's all I'm gonna say is
boy.
boy.
It was an amazing feat. It bothered me, and I put a post up. Y'all, follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I put a post up, man. It sometimes just either say something or just shut the hell up. Like just say either congratulations or don't say nothing, because like you said, Kevo, it's a great feat regardless of what. For somebody to play any sport, not just basketball, any sport at a high level over 20 years and shatter record and break records, whatever you think because you can't be a stat stuffer if you're stacking teams to chase rings. Like, pick your argument. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of pick your argument of which one you think he is. The man's done that at a high level.
But see, the thing is, Lefty, I don't care. Like I said at the beginning, you can not like the man. You can think that MJ's the GOAT and all this. This has nothing to do with none of that. None of that, bro. This is all about LBJ being an all-time leader in scoring in the NBA,
NBA
and this
all-time
record is gonna last for a minute.
Cause I don't know who's gonna break it. He gonna be well over 40,000, bro. Who gonna break that?
Yeah,
Matter of fact, ask yourself a question. Who's the closest right now in the game to even challenge it? KD?
No, KD ain't close.
KD and he been out too much.
Yeah, he missed a lot of time. Plus,
he missed a lot of time, fellas. I said that Angry Man was in travel status, man. But this cat done popped in because he can hear us talking about LeBron. So this cat he want to get on and be angry and be like, oh, now you want to say that. I know what's coming, man. So I'm gonna allow this cat to come in and be angry for a minute, and then I'm blocking him.
What did he do? Jump off the plane? Wasn't he in the air?
First of all, anytime you go to Chicago, it's always delayed. That bothers me.
Oh, that's what happened.
Well,
I don't understand.
Well, hey, Sly, in your words, good.
Good. Right. So my thing is I'm delayed here in the airport. I don't know why. Only in Chicago can I be delayed. But you know what? Let me turn my phone around this way. There we go. So Bernard Moe Sr., the third, the fourth, whatever you are. The bottom line is this.
What?
You so much of a LeBron hater and a Michael Jordan apologist that you won't even give a man enough credit to be like, you know what? The man, and I wanted to throw this fact out there. If you add up all LeBron injuries, he missed 2 years. So you remember you came to me with that Mike missing 3. LeBron missed 2 years with injuries.
Were you even watching the show, man? Were you even listening?
So he'd have passed it. Nah, because you like to backtrack like you do every week. But Kevin, The man deserves some respect. As I told y'all 2 years ago,
I
he'll be
gave it
number
to
one
him.
in scoring. He'll be number one in scoring. He's number 4 in assists, and he in the top 10 in rebounding. To me, without a shadow of a doubt, if you're talking about between the 94 feet, he is the best player ever, period, and point blank. Because statistically, nobody, when you talk about putting a basketball in your hand at 6'8", 260, has done that, period. So you could bring up Magic, you could bring up Bird, you could bring up Mike, you could bring up whoever you want to. He the best
This
player
discussion is
ever,
not on
ever.
going to you going left in this discussion, and
No,
talking
I ain't going
about
left.
we
I ain't
talking
going
about.
left.
You
I'm
must
going
not
what I
been
want to
listening,
say.
dog. Here you go bringing in this arguing about who's the greatest and all that. That's not what
I
we
didn't bring,
talking about, man.
I didn't bring in no argument. I said that's my opinion. I didn't ask you to respond.
Sly, everybody gave LeBron his respect, bro. But
Right.
Sly, you went there, so I'm gonna throw this in real quick, Ben. Would you agree? Someone said this. Brian Windhorst, LeBron sucker,
Sucker.
said that the GOAT
Call him
argument
a
goes
sucker.
stems off this. Sly, let me see if you agree with this. Michael Jordan was the most dominant dude you've seen, cold-blooded, killer, assassin, dominant. LeBron James, over 20 years, spent like a whole career, has had the most dominant career. His stats gonna live it up to tell it. He had the most like a career.
The
That's LeBron
resume,
James. The
his
dude
resume
you look
probably.
at that was dominant, Michael Jordan. Would you agree with that?
Okay. So you want
He's
to
not.
you want to
He tried to
He
let
won't.
me
He won't even.
preface it. He
He
tried
won't
to break
even
it
do that,
down
Sly.
as to why you would say they the GOATs.
right. So you want to what they want to do is separate them both, and I get it. But see, the problem that bothers me is this. So you're right. If you're talking about Michael Jordan being at the time the most dominant player in basketball, I give you that. But Ben even was so disrespectful. He said LeBron is one of he in a category of being one of the best all around players. That was even more idiotic. He had the nerve to say the man is in a category, not the man the best all around player. Your guy that's running the show say he's one of. So it's either if he ain't the best, that he got to be the best all around. He ain't. If being say he ain't either one.
Well, let me say
LeBron is
this.
not everybody's GOAT,
I
dog. You
think
gotta
it's only like you when you look at like Kareem's resume,
No, that's
and,
cold. That's
I
cold.
think LeBron's resume is the only one that's like closest. Mike, that's not no disrespect to Mike. When I talk about resume, I'm talking about like stats, like when they finished on stats, things. We know what Mike did, the
that's
style,
gonna
and
speak for themselves, bro.
6-0. But when you look like Kareem's resume of high school and college, and what he did in the pros, and even though LeBron didn't go to college, I think his just basketball resume is so impressive, man. Like you said,
Because
Scott,
the
top
thing
10 in
that
all three categories, which no one has ever done.
but the
All
thing that
categories
bothers me,
for 10
he'll be
finals.
top
He's
10.
only won 4, but 10 finals appearances.
He'll
I mean,
be he'll be
that's
he'll
great,
be
man.
top 10.
Winning with
He'll be
three
top
teams.
10 in the rebounders. He'll be
Yeah.
top 10 in rebounding. He top 10 in rebounding. The thing that
Points,
bothers me
rebounds, and
is,
assists.
you know what? The thing that bothers me is, let's separate them, Kevin. Let's go back Ryan Windhorst. If you want to separate the most dominant player ever, that's Will Chamberlain, because his numbers
No,
can't
no, no,
even be
no, no,
caught.
no, no. Not everybody. He's trying to make the GOAT argument, and he's saying
Yeah,
why
but
people look at
okay,
Mike as the GOAT as compared to LeBron. So he was
no,
saying, if you look at Mike, he was that dude, right? And you'll say he was the most dominant, whatever. But then if you look at longevity as a career, stat wise, whatever, you're gonna say LeBron had the
yeah,
most 20
and
years
two,
straight at one level. He never fell off. He had a couple injuries, but he never had like he had a career, and his stats gonna back it up. So he was trying to separate the two,
but
and he was like, you
being
could go either
argument
way with
is being argument is, well,
Today you are really
Mike
infatuated with me, huh?
Mike changed the game, and Mike changed the game, and Mike did this. Bird and Magic changed the game because they brought it off tape delay. But the
Dude,
thing
that is the
is,
dumbest argument that you ever gonna say. So I'm gonna cut
no,
you
it's
off on
not.
that, man. Talking about tape delay. Get out of here. Jordan took the game international, bro, and you want to say tape delay? That's your
Uh,
only argument? Dude, you sound like a
you,
clown. You look like a
you,
clown. So into that.
you,
He didn't
so
even,
you,
but no, he didn't. He didn't even
so you
bring in
telling
all the
me,
global and Michael Jordan, all that. He didn't say none of that.
right?
But I'm
He
just
was
saying,
saying,
did you
But
hear
the
what he
same,
just said?
but you
yeah, I
telling
did.
You
me
want to
what
compare
was on
tape delay to a global worldwide. The
Now,
global
NBA went to a
worldwide.
whole nother level with Mike.
Well,
now,
let
hold
me,
on. If you
hey,
want to bring that in, Ben, slide. If you want to bring in who took the game global and all that. Now, if you bring all that in and the marketing piece of it,
but what I'm saying is
I
that's
left
your
all that
only
out.
argument. But the problem what I have with people like Ben, he make the most idiotic arguments to put Mike on you. When I say we talking about between 94 feet, he has no argument.
If
Or
you're
he
talking
want
about
to bring up
basketball,
this, it makes no point. But I'll tell
here's
you this.
here's my thing, real quick. Here's my thing.
No, wait a minute. I'm finna get off the phone. I'm gonna tell you
All right,
this,
go.
the money.
Zaire Stewart
LeBron,
in the comment.
LeBron James getting like your boy that played last night, that played for Boston. He get them now to spend all that money on their body because guess what? Tatum was tired at the end of that series. Tatum now he done moved his whole cook home.
Who he
He
learned
moved
from?
he moved. You already know.
Who he
You
learned
already
from
know.
though?
You
Okay, no,
already
let's
know.
not be disrespectful. Who he
Who's the
learned
first
from?
person to do that?
Mamba.
Kobe ain't spend no money. Please.
Who's the first person to do that with their
No,
cooking
but
all of
he
that?
might not spend on. He didn't. Kobe ain't never spend money on his
That
body
was
like
MJ.
that. But he was always in
Stop.
shape. Who the hell? Who did Tatum and Kyrie learn from? Don't be disrespectful, man. Don't be disrespectful.
Who LeBron? Who you talking about?
I'm talking about Kobe. I'm talking about Tatum and Kyrie.
Mamba
I
Who was
let
they
University.
two?
Right,
Mamba.
Mamba University.
The Mamba, baby. Don't be disrespectful, man.
I mean, when it's all said and done, I think they like all of them, especially. But I think what Jordan gets the most credit. I don't know. I wouldn't use the word dominant because I mean we kind of only base it off 6 years, the 6 titles. But I can say most influential because I think Jordan took the NBA as far as overall as a sport. He took it because I want to say NBA was probably third behind the
They
NFL
were.
and Major League Baseball.
They were.
And then the NBA, Michael Jordan, his brand and the push and everything behind him, that definitely boosted the NBA above, I'll say Major League Baseball at least.
It
But
did not. It
but
did
the
not.
money,
I
he
mean,
left all
definitely,
that
man.
out. He left all that out, bro. He didn't bring that in.
No,
He
I
said
know, but
when you watch him as a
when you
player,
say dominant, when you say dominant, you talking about like when I think dominant, I think more like Wilt. Like I mean, guys that over like long spans, just like the ridiculous numbers, like 20 rebound game, like 30 points, 20, 10, 15, 20 rebounds. I mean, dominant is
I give you Wilt was
that's just not the
dominant for
word I
his
would use.
era, but he
no,
played against the Nuns, and until Bill Russell got
no,
there, he didn't have no competition, man.
no.
And
See,
Time out,
that's the one
time out,
that's
knock.
the
time out,
disrespectful
time out,
That's the
part.
one knock I
That's
got
the
on that. I'm just
disrespectful
sorry.
time
part.
out.
That's just my
When
opinion.
you watch
And Mike
Michael
played
Jordan,
against KD.
Mhm.
no, when you
Stop.
watch Michael Jordan back in his heyday, he was the best player on the court, bar
Right,
none.
right,
So was
That's
Will.
what he was saying. He said
right, definitely.
he was trying to break the GOAT argument down. He was like, when you watch Michael
Definitely.
Jordan, he was that dude, period. Regardless who he played.
The reason,
He was
but
that
the
dude.
reason, but the reason
And then he
you
was
can't
like,
break
if
the
you listen
GOAT,
to the longevity of LeBron, you got to
he,
give it up on the GOAT argument on that
but
because
but
his
but
stats
here,
don't bear it all. And,
I
and,
know,
and he
but
had a
here's the
career to where he's
so
20 straight years on a level.
right,
It
but
ain't just 20 years playing. He's 20
but
years on a
Capo, here's
level.
the here and so we don't harp on this all day. Here's where I just disagree with the whole. You can't break down a GOAT argument because it's no criteria. It's no set criteria what makes someone a GOAT. So
It's
how
not.
can you break it
You're right.
down?
It's all opinionated.
But
It's all
Right.
opinion.
LeBron
It's no
fans,
set.
It's all opinion.
LeBron fans is gonna go off stats. I do the eyeball test.
You can go
That's
off
When
what
I
stats
when I
matters.
about the
when I
eyeball. You
look
can
at
off
Michael Jordan,
championship.
this,
You can
and
go
this
off.
is me.
Yeah.
When I look at Michael Jordan and I look at LeBron, I say that dude ain't that dude. That's how I look at it.
Right.
That goes by the last dance to tell you that. I look at LeBron and say, he ain't that dude. That's how I break it.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I know, but
Well,
I'm
that's
just
just
saying
well, that's just you.
until you got to
You
set criteria.
look at it different.
The argument is really useless. Like I said, no set criteria.
You know what bothers me? What bothers me is the double standard. You can't now say Mike is 6-0, but then in football you want to say Brady is better than Montana. The GOAT
Who
argument.
said that?
You can't swim either way. Your boy up top. But you know what? Y'all have a nice day because his arguments be flawed and trash. Mine be
I hope
statistically
the
wrong.
stewardess punch you in the stomach as you walk on the plane.
And I think she might. I got to go.
Hey Sly. Hey Sly, I hope you sit next to a crying baby the entire flight.
And a badass kid behind you kicking your seat.
Kicking the seat.
You know, Terrence, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. He commented, when you break it down and make it, even since MJ only played 1,072 games, and when you look at LeBron at 1,072 games, it's not even close.
That's
MJ
another
wins.
argument. That's another argument.
You know, so I mean, everybody has their points,
Right, that's an argument.
and what it all boils down to is opinion, and it really gets kind of into an argument because you got the people that actually watched Michael Jordan, and then you got the younger people that have watched LeBron. So this is what they see, and the eye test is strong when it comes to that from both sides. And then you got some cats like Sly that watched them both. So Sly feels his way. It's all about opinion, and this will go on to the end of time. And for being a fan of basketball, playing, coaching, and all that, I hope it's another guy that comes in at some point in time in my lifespan that makes us have that argument with them.
Add them to the argument, yeah.
But y'all know the argument. What if Michael Jordan played 20 straight years, barring retirement, barring injury, right? So that's the argument. So we can keep going with this, bro.
Yeah,
because if Michael Jordan would have never retired,
that's all hypothetical.
He'd have been well on the way to the scoring title too.
Right.
That's always
we can.
But he didn't. So we can't even use the argument. You can't say if he wouldn't have took the year and a half off, they would have had 8. You can't use that as a GOAT argument. You can't use if he played 20 years. You can't use if. You can only use what happened. So I mean, that's what I mean. It's no criteria.
Okay.
We could say if.
That's fair.
So you can't use that.
Right. Though it's like saying if you and Lefty would have used Rogaine when y'all was in y'all 20s, y'all wouldn't be bald right now. We can't go back on that.
What the hell? Rogaine.
I'm just trying to get you a comparison.
That's what we on, huh?
Hey Kev, who you compare me to earlier in the week?
You holding on by a thread, and all of a sudden you're gonna talk about us.
Okay. Hey, Kev, I didn't get that Chris Paul because I was watching Chris Paul the other day, man, and they showed him put his head down at the free throw line. He got the biggest hole. I'm like, bro, come on, man.
He gotta let it go. He gotta let it go. He gotta let it go.
I will say Michael Jordan.
And hopefully him and Kevin Durant can find a barber in Phoenix. And if they ain't got one, I know some people that know some people.
Listen,
Michael Jordan
you need to fly in.
Brothers. He made it. He made the decision to shave your head. Cool.
Well, that's because he had those BBs like Durant.
Only cool.
Kevin Durant, if you are watching, I know some people that know some people. I get you hooked up in Phoenix, bro. I got you, bro. I get you hooked up. I get you a personal barber if you want.
Man, dude, y'all crazy.
Give me this free agency, man.
So man,
I mean, it's trade.
All right, man. This NBA trade deadline heat check. I call it a heat check, baby, because it got hot, then it got hotter. It was crazy. We haven't seen this much movement. You got to go back when
a long time,
man. When the East shifted and the West became the power, that was a long time ago. So I don't know where to start, man. Let's start with when it kicked off when Kyrie and Marquise Morris went to the Mavs for Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith. I mean,
Yeah.
sh- I
Well,
mean
well,
that kicked it off.
that started the domino effect. But remember too, a few of these trades were by request. Like these
Right.
guys requested to move to
Yeah,
leave.
like my man in L.A. Didn't nobody
Yeah,
know that. Chris Haynes
and
reported that.
right,
He
he
asked out.
actually
Thomas
asked to
Bryant
do so.
asked out.
Thomas Bryant asked out, but Kyrie asked out.
Yeah.
KD asked out. So
KD did it behind the scenes.
yeah,
See, the
right.
difference is
He just
KD
didn't
did
publicly
it
do
behind
it.
the scenes.
Right. He just didn't publicly do it. But I
Yeah.
mean, that kicked it off. And you got and I think there were a few teams that kind of came to some realization. We all knew the Lakers had to make moves. That roster was completely horrible. So
He
they
should have
had to
been picked that.
the biggest shocker was the KD. That was probably the biggest shocker. But I mean, to kick it off with the Kyrie thing, I'm still in wait and see mode. I know they won their first 2 games with Luka
Yeah.
out.
Well, I'm waiting to. I got to see it work.
But I think it's a big mistake to agree to a trade like that, give up picks and 2 pretty good players for a guy that you haven't agreed to an extension with and has publicly, I'm damn near public, say he wants to play in LA. So he can walk after this season. So if this don't work,
Lefty, I see this as a 30
you got,
game rental.
it's possible
And
you
it's
set
not.
your franchise. It's
It's a
possible this one
rental.
move could set your franchise back a couple of years. And we know how the NBA movement is these days. Luka messing around and went up out of there. So this could backfire on Dallas. They better hope it works.
It can. But let me tell you about Dallas. In a 2-year span, they lost Brunson, Porzingis, Dinwiddie, Finney-Smith. 2-year span. So this was a desperate move for Dallas. They had to do something. So Luka can no longer say, we didn't get you another superstar. Porzingis wasn't it. He can't say that anymore. So let's see if this works. Even though it's a 25-game sample size, let's see if it works. So we gave you a
That is true.
superstar.
He can't complain now.
He can't do that no more.
Yeah,
Now,
but
for
for
me,
the
I
Let's
hope
say it don't
that
work. Let's say it
Jason
don't work
Kidd.
and Kyrie walks.
Now,
yeah,
Now what?
this is on Jason Kidd where he had to call them into the office and say, "This is what I see going forward, and this is how we got to make this work because
Damani,
it, he
Damani,
and two now.
I told Damani this last night. I said Jason Kidd has to come up with an offense so where they both get their touches. Like down the floor, it can't be Luka on one side and 4 people on the other side. Kyrie is not going to stand there. Kyrie will break the play and run towards Luka for the ball. I'm telling you, he'll do it. He'll do it.
Let me ask
He'll
you
break
this.
the play.
Let me ask you this. Looking at how Dallas is currently constructed with Kyrie, how
Yes.
far do you see the team going?
They
Maybe
traded
second
their
round?
bench.
I'm just saying. I mean, where do you see them going this year as far as a playoff run? Maybe second round.
They
You
get
think that's going to convince?
to the second round. That's it.
You think that's going to convince Kyrie to stay?
Now hold on, Lefty. You didn't even think they was gonna make it the second round last year with Brunson.
No, I
They
didn't.
went on a run. They went on a run last
They
year.
went on a little
Now
run, but
they
anything
can play
outside of the
defense.
finals,
They didn't get rid of they didn't get rid of all of their defense like Phoenix did.
No,
You know,
George, Finney Smith played defense, sir.
yeah, but they didn't get rid of
He was their
everybody.
best
They got big boys on the front line that's they still have. They
But
didn't get rid of everything.
Kyrie and Luka is Olay. You know that, and I know that.
Well,
Olay,
I can't deny you
you
on
know
that.
that. So they didn't get better defensively. They got better offensively. But how are they gonna coexist? Luka can't dominate the ball like that. I'm telling you,
That's why
Kyrie
I
will
said
break the play
Jason
and
Kidd
run to
is
Luka for
the
the ball.
key. J Kidd is the
Okay?
key. He's the key.
They're gonna have to figure it out. You got to give Luka touches down and let Kyrie cut, or you got to give Kyrie touches and let Luka cut. Like you gotta
here's
put
the
them
thing,
two
it
together.
has to, like you can say Jason Kidd got to make it work, but the roster has to make sense too. Like it's hard. Like, here's the thing, like unless you bring it in, like I understand I understand why Phoenix did what they did because Like KD is the type of player that probably puts them in the finals if it works. I'm not saying
You
it's going
can't
to. I'm
you
just
can't
saying,
pass up a player like that.
right?
You can't.
I'm just saying, but
They're gonna miss
nothing.
Bridges, sir. They're gonna
But
miss
hold on,
Bridges.
hold on,
I'm
listen,
telling you.
hold on, Kevin. But listen,
Okay.
nothing since Kyrie's left Cleveland says that bringing him in puts you in the finals. And they gave up a lot for a couple of months rental. If he walks, that franchise is set back. They're in
Yeah.
trouble.
And
So
Luka
the
asked out.
gamble, so the risk. I don't think the risk was worth it. I think I'm not gonna. There was a bad risk. Like how you make a bad bet. I think that was a bad bet for Dallas. But the whole thing seemed to be about blocking him from going to LA. The dude in the Brooklyn GM didn't want to
Yeah.
send to LA. Dallas wanted to jump
Yeah.
in. The Clippers wanted to jump in. None of these teams made sense for him to come into. But for Dallas to do what they did, and he ends up in LA anyway, Cuba's gonna look like a damn fool. He's gonna look
Well,
like
What a Brooklyn owner gonna look like a damn fool if
I
he
will
ends up in LA.
say this. I will say this about Cuban. Cuban is very smart. Since he has been the owner of that team, he has kept them
they're competitive.
right.
They're
He has kept
competitive
them
team.
competitive.
He
So I
took
don't think they'll
Ben,
go
would you
into the
agree he
dark.
took a risk on this? Would you
He
agree he
did.
took a risk on this?
He at the Vegas table right now doing right this.
Right.
And Lefty, you're right. You're right. But let's get into some of these other trades. I mean, how many 14 deals did we see, this trade line? I mean, between 4 and 3 team deals, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, 14 deals at the trade deadline. When was the last time we saw that?
Yeah, a lot of that is to make the guy salaries
It's a
match
lot
up.
of it. We could get rid of one of them because Gary Payton II failed to fix it.
I was just going to
Yeah,
say one of them
yeah,
might
that
be
one failed
backtracked.
too.
Because I was reading the story and he had abdominal surgery in the off season, missed the first 35 games of the season. He only
Right.
played 17
He wasn't
games.
even playing. Right.
I was
Because
about to say I hadn't seen him
I
play
was,
all year.
I was
He wasn't
I
even
forgot
playing.
about
he's
He'd been on the
averaging
bench.
4 points a game. I mean,
I forgot
he
all
hasn't
about
played that much, and I don't think it has fully healed. So he'll play some
it.
games and then he's sore, so he got to sit out, and that's it. They have until tonight to make the decision if the trade is gonna stand and they're gonna keep him or they gonna reverse everything and send everything back.
Do you think Golden State will be like, "You our guy, we got you," or you
No.
think Golden State gonna be
To
like, "Hey,
answer
dog,
that, the only reason that I might say yes, Kevo, is the fact that moving Wiseman and then bringing GP2 back in,
yeah,
they get 7 million under the luxury tax. They
you
get
can't bring
30
Wiseman back
30
in that
mil.
locker room and you
Hold
didn't
on.
trade him. You can't do it."
You get 30 million. You get 30 million from under the cap space next year. So now you got money to play with now. You got money. You might be able to sign Green if that's what they decide to do. They can go ahead and bring Green back now.
But
Yeah, but I don't think they're going.
I don't think so. I think
And
Green is
and
gone.
and
But
and you got to think. All right, Wiseman is an asset. As far you can trade him in the offseason. Somebody gonna take a chance from that big man. I wouldn't give him up for a injured player, a player that can't pass a physical. I don't care if I'm cool with him or not.
That
That's
that's
not,
true.
that's not what it is.
you can't bring him back in that locker room, bro. You done already traded him. That's a young dude. This ain't a
I
vet
mean,
that understands how the trade
just send him
deadline
home.
works. That's a young
Just send him
dude.
home. But somebody will trade for him in the offseason. Send him home.
Well, I
Then.
agree
He
with
ain't got
that.
to come back.
Somebody give him a chance, but you can't bring him back in that locker room, bro. You're
Yeah,
already
I
traded.
mean,
So that means you
I
bringing
get
me
you. Yeah,
back because of injury. You didn't
you
want
got to
me.
do.
He gonna feel some
Hey,
type of way, bro, and he's
what
not
They
was
gonna
already
feel.
sent him to the G League. If that ain't
what
the
was
biggest
the
demotion it is,
Well, that
shit.
was disrespectful too.
Put him down in the G League.
they thought they was gonna send him there. He was gonna work out. He's gonna show out, but he was
Right.
getting posterized in the G League. But I
Bro,
want
and
to
then they
ask y'all, what was the funniest, most? It's a hilarious trade out there that happened.
Pat Bell.
No, worse than Pat Bev. The fact that they sent John Wall back to the Rockets after he dogged the team.
no, they bought him out. They waved him and bought him out.
The thing is, they was like, you know what? We're gonna send you back. to where
That was
you
disrespectful. And you know
he
what?
was
I
go
don't.
ahead.
You know, I ain't been watching the Clippers, and maybe y'all can answer. How did he not work out with the Clippers? Like he was playing for a minute. How did he just
Yeah,
get?
but
What happened?
what's that young guard between him and Reggie Jackson? They was taking minutes. Like they really just couldn't get him the minutes. I mean, he was okay when he was out there on the floor. I saw him a couple
Yeah,
of times,
he wasn't. Yeah,
but he wasn't as good as what's the guard? The young guard with
Terrence
the Clippers.
Mann.
Yeah, like he couldn't take minutes from Man, and you had Reggie Jackson. Like,
But they got rid of
yeah,
Jackson.
huh?
They got rid of Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Kawhi running the point now. I don't know what's going on.
And then let me speak on this real quick. This is very Clipperish. So you get rid of all your point guards. You get rid of all your point guards,
Oh my God, that is funny,
right?
kid.
And then you gonna say Kawhi, Paul George, y'all do it. Two dudes that sit out every other game. Y'all run. Eric Gordon is not a point guard. Y'all know that. Y'all, we're gonna do it like this. Very Clipperish.
But in defense though, Wall didn't fit because typically the Paul George or Kawhi is bringing the ball up. You got to be a point guard that can play off the ball, and John Wall's not an off the ball type guy. At least Eric Gordon, we know he's not a point guard, but he can off the ball. He's a catch and shoot guy.
Well, he can shoot.
So
Yeah,
he makes more sense because when I see the Clippers, I always see Paul George or Kawhi bringing the ball up unless they out. But so John Wall, it was a bad fit pretty much.
But you know what? You right.
They got Bones Highland. Bones Highland is the new Lou Williams. He ain't gonna do nothing but put it up. Swing it if you want to. Ben Jr.
94. They're not a 94-foot team. John Wall needs to be on a team that he gets the ball and he pushing it.
Right.
He pushing it.
He can't beat
I
all of
heard what you said. I'll give you that. Ha ha ha.
Swing it if you want to. Bones put it up, baby.
Brother Wee said the question with Wall is why.
But why? Like, dude, and then Houston bought him out, so now he's a free agent. Who picks up John Wall?
I don't think nobody gonna pick him up.
But the Clippers need a point. They traded all their point guards. Why they do that?
Word is they looking at
the championship team trades all their point guards at the trade deadline.
I'm hearing Westbrook.
But Westbrook gonna get down there and be like, what's with this load management? He gonna call them out.
He will do that.
Call them out on that load management stuff.
Hey, look. Westbrook will turn the ball over worse than a 5-year-old. Right? But the thing he will do is play.
What's up, House? What's up, Stephanie? Everybody chiming in.
What up, fellas? What's happening? But
hey,
he will play. He will play.
So
now I give him that.
All right. Okay. Let's get to this Lakers trade. They bring back D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt. Great pickups.
What they gonna say now?
The Wolves, they got Mike Conley. That's strong. Ain't nobody really talking about that, but that's strong.
Because Mike Conley is you traded a point guard that was 10 years younger for an old point guard who really.
But sometimes you need that old kid to keep everybody in line.
And until they get rid of Karl Towns, Minnesota ain't gonna be good.
And
Towns and Rudy Gobert clogged up the lane for Anthony Edwards. So they get rid of them because it's really Anthony Edwards' squad. That's a fact.
But I've watched them play
up the middle.
I watched them play, dog, and they just like all over the place. All over the place.
They take bad shots.
They don't have no structure. So you might need that old head point guard to be like, all right, we finna slow this down. We finna run this play. Cat, get off the three and get on the block.
Yeah, you may be right because I think
they clog up the middle. Anthony Edwards can't drive, so he takes a lot of bad shots. If he could drive, he'll be a lot better, and the team will be a lot better. But he has to take bad shots because the two big dudes are in the middle. Like it's messed up.
D'Angelo Russell isn't a facilitator either, so
He's
I
not.
can it make a little sense. Conley's more of a facilitator, so I guess it makes sense. But you know, Conley is on the back end. Like it's
He
a
is.
10-year
That's
age
true.
difference.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I mean?
Look, D'Angelo Russell works if he ain't hot. Now
Right.
I'll give him this.
Wow.
When he was in LA, he was young, he was immature. Remember he tricked on Swaggy P. Remember that? Cost him Iggy. He cost him Iggy.
Yeah.
I think he's mature now. Realizes the big picture, right? Because the Lakers are talking extension with him. Realize the big picture. He can get his own shot. When LeBron them off the floor, he can get his own shot. He can also, when LeBron and AD or whatever penetrate, he can hit that three in the corner. He can hit that three on the wing. Now he's gonna be an asset. Malik Beasley. And if I'm Scottie Pippen Jr., he used to mess with your mama. But that's neither here nor there.
He punching him on the first day of practice.
Hey man, I'm just trying to say, I'm just trying to tell you now.
So did
you remember he used to mess with Lawson. Remember that? That was him, Malik Beasley.
So did everybody else.
So Scottie Pippen Jr. has to stay on the G League because he can't even come on the main roster because Malik Beasley on the roster. But that's neither here nor there.
Come on, man.
What I'm saying is,
hey, Kevo,
Malik Beasley can score, bro. He's not a big time scorer.
And he can defend.
He can score.
He can
score better than Schroeder.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, fellas? We about to have
a scorers rather than dudes that can't shoot. That makes them better automatically.
We are about to have a KDLs View sighting because KDL want to talk about teams that didn't participate in the trade madness.
Oh, shit.
Let's go.
How y'all doing this Saturday afternoon? Every once in a while, y'all, we got to have these hard conversations. And they're uncomfortable for a lot of fans, but you got to hear it. See, I take my Laker conversations the last couple of years. I take my Giants conversations. Everybody is ready to get on me and tell me about my team. Well, today, we're going to do that about the Chicago Bulls. The same team that don't give a damn about winning. All they care about is you walking through that stadium and you buying a ticket and you buying the merchandise and the TV deals is intact. That's all they give a damn about. And you need to hear this, Chicago fans. I'm here to do y'all a favor. Today, we're going to talk about how every team in the league did something. Whether it was getting draft picks, whether it was getting new talent, whether it was shedding salary, they did something to improve the team. The Chicago Bulls did nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was rumored Kobe White. The hell, that's been the last 2 years. But it was rumored Kobe White. It was rumored Vujicic. It was rumored Levine. Somebody might go because this ain't working. Bulls management stood back and did absolutely nothing. And if that don't tell you they don't give a damn about winning, that doesn't tell you they just want your money at the turntable. Hey, look, they want you to walk through the United Center and buy them high-ass beers, buy them pretzels. They want you to buy the merchandise. They want to secure these TV deals. That's all they want to do. And this falls on Ransdorf. He's fooling you. He want a team they're not terrible, so you're going to still go to the game, but they ain't going to win. He don't care. They're in NBA hell. How can you let this summer Vujicic walk out the door? Ain't no damn extension. He's leaving. Kobe White, he might not be all that to some people, but he's a free agent. Could have got something for him. You chose to do nothing. And then the very next day, you go out and lose to a team that ain't even got all their players. That's embarrassing. Charles Barkley said, Ernie Johnson, if you was watching the TNT broadcast, Ernie Johnson said What do you think about Chicago? He said they're embarrassing. He said, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing exactly? And you can say that. But I know we ain't got to my kind of town. But we got to have the harsh conversation sometimes, Chicago fans. This is ridiculous. And if I'm DeMar DeRozan, I'm asking out. I might not do it publicly, but this summer, get me out of here, dog. Do what you got to do. I've done right by you. I've showed up just like Durant. I've showed up and played basketball. I ain't been injured. I did everything I could do for y'all. Get me out of here, man. I ain't been spend my last couple of years here. Get me out of here. And then who the hell want to come here? You gotta look, man. I'll say this in closing. You gotta have a talk. They're not trying to win, man. They don't care. And it looks like the players don't care whether they win or lose. And like it don't matter. They know the fate. That's KDL's View, man. I'm just, it's a harsh talk we gotta have sometimes, y'all, about Chicago teams that a lot of people think I'm hating on, or I'm, hey, look, man, I'm just going by what I see. Somebody stop me when I'm lying.
I want to put this disclaimer out there. Humidor Sports and Cigars do not coincide with the views of KDL when it comes to Chicago sports teams. So, you know,
Somebody stop me when I'm lying.
neither here nor there. Now,
we got some more of the fellas checked in. PG.
Oh yeah. They gonna come in now.
Pat chimed in. Sweets jumped in with a hilarious comment. Bron played with his stepdad in Cleveland. He came to the main roster. That was a low blow, Sweets. I'm
on, man.
The show.
Come on, man.
House said signing off goodbye because he hates when Kevin talk about the book.
Right.
But, so let me. So I'm gonna kind of dispute you on something, Kevin, with this. I had another. my guy Kenneth. He had a post too. My thing was, what trade out there was going to improve the Bulls? I don't know what deal would have done it. I think it may have been the best move to just wait till the off season, free up cap space, letting Vooch go. Maybe now you try to get a trade for Levine or DeRozan, then break it up. I didn't see like they would talk with the Knicks. What do you want off the Knicks? I mean, what do you want off the Knicks? Why would take?
They try to bring Derrick Rose on.
Yeah, but Derrick's done. We know that. Derrick's done. So I mean, it was to me like sometimes you stand. It's obvious something needs to be done, but you just don't want to do anything. It's like with Rob Pelinka with what he did with the Lakers. Like we was all like, make a move, and he finally, you know, when he did make a move, it was a move that made sense that improved the team, not just making trades just to make trades. So I don't believe in just trading just for nothing. I mean, RJ Barrett ain't gonna make this team better. Like, what deal was out there that was going to improve the Bulls?
RJ Barrett wasn't coming anywhere. It was Derrick Rose. But check this out. Check this out. Even if you don't bring a team, even if you don't bring players in to make them better, right? What you do is you get rid of salary, Vucevic, Kobe White. You get rid of them so that at the end of the year, I got money to play with to get better in the summer.
Yeah, but you have to trade for another expiring deal, Kev.
Nothing.
But you have to trade for another expiring deal. They come off the books, so the money's freed up anyway.
Right. So you're gonna get rid of.
But you do something. Now you're gonna lose Vucevic and Kobe White, and you ain't gonna get nothing. They gonna walk.
But Kevin, they don't have no value. What trade value does Vooch and Kobe White have?
Somebody would have took Vooch. Somebody would have took Vooch. Maybe not Kobe White, but somebody would have took Vooch.
If you say that Kobe White got value, I'm finna walk down and punch you in the mouth right now.
No, I'm saying somebody would have took Vooch. Somebody.
I don't know, man. I don't
look
think
at this.
Value, but my thing, what could Vooch bring you back that was gonna make this team better?
Well, it wouldn't. At this point, it's not making them better because you can't bring nobody to make them better.
Fall off the books. Let their money fall off the books and flip
get stuff for them, bro.
In the East, the Nets got worse, right? The Nets are not going to be the Nets. By the eye test, they will come down in the standings. The Raptors, they didn't do anything. The
Which
Sixers,
which
they
is
didn't do
surprising.
anything.
Which is surprising. Toronto was
The
rumored to
Sixers
be
didn't do
unloaded.
anything.
They did nothing.
The Heat didn't do anything. They all standing pat. So can the Bulls make a run for that 6th seed?
Hell no.
You don't
They're
think
not
in the
consistent.
East?
They're not consistent enough. I
In the
don't
East?
know what the problem
Bro, they
is.
just lost to a team that didn't even have
Yeah,
all their players because of a trade.
the consistency just isn't there with them, man. Like you don't know what Bulls team you're gonna get day in and day out. Like they'll beat Boston and lose to Charlotte. You know what I mean? Like, and they kind of
That's
have
true.
that.
That's true.
I don't know what they should. And I think Will Folks posted some. It could be Billy Donovan. Maybe the team he has lost his. You know, maybe he's lost the team as far as listening to him. Or I don't know. You know, we was all hyped for the hometown kid, but to be totally honest, he's a backup point guard. He's not a starter in the league.
He's not a starter point guard, no.
Draw just washed up. You know, it's I don't know, man. I think they're getting the play in, but I can't figure out. And I've watched a lot of Bulls games. I can't figure out what the problem is. But I've been saying for a while, I don't think DeRozan and Levine is a good core.
Oh, I can figure it out. Y'all ready?
It's not a good core.
Oh, I can figure it out. First of all, I agree with you. Them two don't mesh.
Right.
Number two, you need a point guard to put everybody in position. Therefore, Zach LaVine wouldn't take all them terrible ass one leg fadeaway threes. You also need a shooter. This is 2023. You can't play in the NBA when you have no 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
Case in point, the Nets hit damn near 33s the other night. How many of the Bulls hit?
Yeah, they don't have no shooting. I'll give you that. They don't have.
You can't win in today's NBA, and that's what I'm tripping on. You know you need shooters. You know you need a point guard.
If the Bulls were going to play in the trade game, I wish they would have went out and tried to get Luke Kennard.
Hey,
that would have been
a sneaky pickup with Memphis. That was a sneaky pickup with Memphis.
That would have been a great pickup for them.
Yeah, but Kennard can't guard water.
No, but he can shoot. He can shoot.
I mean,
he a sniper, but
how many sniper shooters in the league actually play defense?
But that's the issue that you have, and that's the issue. Even that's going back to the Lakers that the Lakers had. You either got here's the problem that you have. You either got a cat that can defend and a liability on offense, you know, or he can shoot and a liability on defense. You know what I mean? So you need these 2D players. You need these both players that can give you something on both ends. A lot of Lakers going back to the trade deadline. The Lakers got better just by subtracting Westbrook and Pat Bev. Just getting them out of the damn rotation, they got better because Pat Bev. Because neither one of them can do nothing on offense. And let's be totally honest, Bev's defense lately just been hacking every damn body. So, I think the Bulls have a similar issue when, you know, you got like Derrick Jones and these guys. They pretty good defenders and things like that, but they can't shoot. Like they liabilities on the other end and bad shot selections.
Exactly. And here's another problem. Donovan has Derrick Jones, Green, Pat Williams in the lineup at the same time with DeRozan and let's say Ayo. Well, who the hell gonna score?
Yeah.
You have no shooters in the lineup, and you have no people that can get their own shot other than Levine or other than DeRozan. So your lineups is messed up. You don't have shooters, but the Bulls know that. And they went out and they did not address it.
When I've seen that lineup in, it's for defensive purpose only because the other team is heating them up and they trying to slow them down. You can't have 4 or 5 players on the floor together that can't score, dog. That's not today's NBA. I get what you're saying, but you got to look at that's when they getting heated up on the outside and they need some defense, and that's what he's trying to do. You can't do that. You can't. I agree with you. You can't do that.
Now DeRozan got to come in and play Superman and bring the Bulls back.
And you just throw double teams at him all day long, and the rest of the cats can't score. So they not. It's not gelling well in his rotations and all of that because he don't have the players, especially in the front court.
And even though his numbers weren't great, they really missed Lonzo Ball. Caruso's missed a lot of time. You know, that they were the best perimeter them two were the best perimeter defenders they had. So, you know, and that kind of hid Levine's weaknesses on defense. Even DeRozan ain't a great defensive player either. So let's
Okay,
be totally honest.
hey. Let's do this. Let's stop. Let's stop with the Lonzo Ball. He's done.
Lonzo's a good defender, though, man.
But he's done. Let's stop, man. He's
no, I know.
Either give him an injury settlement and get from under this 5-year
I know,
contract.
but I'm saying they miss him though. They miss his defense. They miss his defense.
But you can't say.
Well, I agree with that. I agree with that. They miss his defense. They ran more with him. He pushed the ball.
They was locking up the guards.
So we
they was locking up the guards. They couldn't even get past. They was just getting past half court, and the Bulls was running another way.
Yeah, he pushed the ball. He put people. I get all that, but those days are done. Lonzo Ball would never play another. I was about to say down like it's football, but he'll never play another possession for the Chicago Bulls. Let's get past.
I agree with you. I was just we were talking about their problem. I'm saying they missed what he bought last year, and he can hit threes. He's not. I wouldn't call him a sniper, but he can hit open shots. And Caruso's missed a lot of time. Like Caruso can hit it, and he's a great defender. But Caruso's missing time. Like every other game, he seemed like he's out.
Yeah, he's starting to get hurt too. But when Westbrook get here, I wait.
You know what? On that note, we finna go in the box.
Okay, people, you know what time it is. It's time to go in the box. Brought to you by Humidor Sports and Cigars. Oh yeah, and we're sponsored by Clouds of Smoke Cigars. Let's get it.
All right, this in the box. I call this one headed for disaster. Now, let me frame it up for you. Headed for disaster is referring to Ja Morant and his father, T. Morant. If you all don't know, there's an investigation going down in Grizzly Land in Memphis because during a game against the Pacers, one of T. Morant's crew, one of his guys was sitting up there with his father. One of the Pacers players kind of got into it, talking back and forth with T. Morant. His buddy want to step up, whatever. Hey, so they broke that up. Remember last week when I told you Morant went to a player and was like, man, what's going on? And he was like, yeah, I had to check his temperature, but he didn't have a fever. This was that game. Now, after the game, when the Pacers, Pacers bring a lot of players, people to check the score, those type of players, right? They would get on the bus. A vehicle with tinted windows that belonged to Ja Morant pulled up next to the bus, and then you see the red laser beam coming out a half-cracked window, pointing at the team. The security say it was a gun. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Even Shannon Sharp on Undisputed, he came out and said, bro, why are you trying to be tough? The thugs would give their left leg to be in position to trade places with you, bro. You are going to mess up your life just like this by trying to be a thug. But now my question to you guys are, who's at fault for this? Is it his daddy? Because he's at every game and he has gotten into it with fans and players. I mean, come on, man. Come on. How many times have some athlete star can't leave their friends and their whole livelihood get messed up, bro? Kev, I know you want to jump in on this because right now you playing double dutch and you ready to jump in. So let's go.
First of all, this is Ja Morant's fault. This is all Ja Morant's fault. I watch a podcast with Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes a lot on IG.
Pivot.
What's the name of it?
All the
All
Yeah,
the
smoke.
all the
smoke.
smoke. All the smoke. They have a lot of guests on there. So they touched on this. KG and Paul Pierce got one too. Y'all need to check that out.
Yeah,
But
I saw their story on this.
they touched on this and they said, we're not trying to tell Morant what to do because we ain't the ones to say it. People gonna fire back on us or whatever. But they was like, what we will say is certain stuff you can do and there's certain stuff you ain't got no business doing, bro. And you gonna throw away all of it hanging with the wrong crowd. Matt Barnes said, me and Jack done had our days. We didn't got caught in stuff we ain't had no business doing. We were young and stupid. But as wily vets, if we played in this league, certain stuff you can't do, brother. You got to separate yourself. Matt Barnes was like, everybody can be a part of your journey, right? And you have people in your circle. And ain't nobody going to tell you you're wrong because of the stuff you're doing for them. If you get to a level, you got a shoe deal. If you get to a level now where you Ja Morant, you can't have certain people with you, bro. If you go to this level, and now you go to this level, you got to leave certain people at the other level. Everybody can't go with you. So you cannot have goons coming to your game on the road. Now, they wasn't at Memphis. They was on the road. How you following the Pacers bus? What
No,
the
they
hell
was
you
at
thought the
FedEx Forum
red beam
because
was?
he got banned
What?
for a year. He
Right.
got banned
So,
for a year from FedEx Forum.
okay, but it's stupid anyway. Why your goons following the Pacers bus? Why are you in the damn van with them? Why are you in the truck with them? What if somebody would have shot? It was all on you, bro. They ain't tripping on the people. They would have got the shooter. But guess who would have took the fall? Your dumb ass. If you Ja Morant's dad, right? Your son then went through it all and made it. The hell you letting him hang around these people for, bro? You here, you Ja. They just gave you a shoe deal, brother. You Ja Morant. You finna be the star of the league. You should know better. And if you don't know better, somebody around you just say, hey, dog, I don't think you need to be messing with them, dog. Them dudes. I think you need to leave them alone, bro. You got a career. If someone cared about you, but they don't give a damn about you, what they care is about what you doing for them. So they ain't nothing gonna tell you. What the hell you doing in the ride following the Pacers bus? Look, what are we doing?
I
That's
saw
Ray Lewis.
His net worth is 80
You can't
million
do
right
that.
now. He got
they
a net worth of 80
Bro,
million.
it's stupid, bro. It's stupid. This is on
I
Ja
don't know if
Morant.
y'all
Nobody
saw
else.
the I don't know if y'all saw the video, the little self-made video with Eminem's verse in 8
Yes.
Mile, and they
Yes.
changed the word to Ja Morant. Look, it's as the elderly folks say, I blame rap music. But what it is at the end of the day, man,
You
I
on
don't
some get off my lawn
understand.
shit.
One thing I don't understand is our people, and I'm gonna go racial with this. Our infatuation with hood life. You know, people are a lot of people in those situations. It's a circumstance. It's not because they choose to be in a situation. I take it back to very talented people like Chris Brown. What are you running around with gang members for? And Ja Morant, and I know you said you blame Ja Ben, but T is his father, and he's right there front and center, so he got to get some of that. He got to get just as much of blame
Yeah, that was my
because
question.
I give you that. I give you that.
because he
I give
was
you that.
more than likely he was either with him or the one making the like cheering it on or whatever it is. So when it like it's sad because there's so many blueprints in the NBA right now of professionalism. LeBron, Giannis, cats who carry themselves like superstars and I take family way. They know they professional with how they, on and off the court. Meanwhile, here comes John Morant, superstar. A great story. For a small coming from a small school. And you want to like him, but it's so easy not to like him because he does run around with the tough guy. I think I'm tough. I think I'm hard. Shannon called him on that too. Dude, you're not even from that life. So why do you wait until you're worth $80 million to now want to play thug?
Run around like you about that life.
Now you want to wait worth 80 million, and now you want to play who? And Allen Iverson did interviews about how he had to separate himself from his entourage and things like that. There's so many stories out here. And T. Morant, you his daddy, you just as much to blame. Sitting your goofy ass on out there with sunglasses on in the damn stadium, looking like an idiot.
And stop looking like damn Usher.
And
tell your son you got too much to lose. You should, and I agree with you. You should step up and say, "Hey, get the hell away from my son." Like, that's my son.
You gotta step in,
but
man.
the son should know better. He's the professional.
But see, he has a chance to build a brand. But you can't build your brand when you out here doing stupid stuff. When you're doing stupid stuff, you can lose all of that.
And we've all seen how fast these major companies will separate themselves from you for bullshit. You know, like Nike, like I wouldn't be surprised if after this investigation, if Nike don't drop them. Like that's when you start seeing major companies will step away from you. Now, so I don't know who Ja Morant's agent is. I don't know. It's clearly his father is just as immature as he is. But who else? It's got to be somebody in some circle. And clearly nobody on Memphis team can talk to him or nothing. They got to like, look, young man, you are blowing it. You blowing it. And you know, like you said, Kev, you hit it right on the head. If regardless of who would have did the shooting, your name would have been the one brought up in it. Talk to Mike Vick about stuff like that. Like it's so many athletes, it's so many examples and athletes out here that messed it up. It's out there for you. Why are you going down the same route? It's no reward in being a thug. You worth 80 million, dude. You live in Bel Air somewhere. You good. Our infatuation with hood life just kills me. Like I to kind of go off of it a little bit. Steven Jackson checking in on O Block. What are you doing? What is your infatuation want to be in the hood for? I don't get it. And just acting hood and acting tough, and it's the most ridiculous thing in the world. It's embarrassing because you know black athletes already got a stigma on them, and here you go playing right into it, playing right into it.
I hope with this incident,
he's gonna have to lose it all before he get it.
Well, he ain't gonna get it back. I hope in this whole incident that some NBA vets reached out to him. Bro, what the hell are you doing? Like some vets, like some old school, old heads, man. The same dude, like they finna go to the All-Star game next week, right?
Right.
It's gonna be all old heads in the building. I hope somebody.
But they don't like
dude, come here, man. Let me holler at you.
Nobody.
No. He'll respect this. If it's some NBA vets, because they all gonna be at All-Star weekend. Hey, dude, come here, man. I need to talk to you, young man. Like, I hope they cuss his ass out. Put him in a room full of NBA veterans, like all the vets that be in the building. Yeah. Come here, man.
Well, I get that.
And chastise his ass like he's a child.
I hope that works. But honestly speaking, I wish that Jalen Hurts' team would reach out to him and say, "Hey, come to us, and we can get you right. We can get you right."
I hope AI is in the building for All-Star. Young man, come here, man. Yeah. Let me holler at you.
I mean, you right. Like, somebody should. And Steph Curry is another example of professionalism and how to kind of carry yourself. So I don't look. He's not well liked, right? He's pretty.
That's because his team they chirp.
Yeah, right. He's not like either. Memphis needs some veterans, some like Al Horford types on that team who can kind of pull them in, and the Udonis Haslem types, or somebody that can kind of pull them in, man.
Hey, I don't know about Udonis. He was in the game for 7 seconds and choked somebody out the other night.
If Haslem is in that locker room, Memphis don't do all that choke.
Yeah,
that's true.
They
Having
don't do all
control
that.
is a lot more.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
he'll check you.
the scary part, man. I hope this young man don't lose it all. You know, just being silly and wanting to live this rap hood tough life that you ain't even a part of. You ain't even in that. Stay out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's hope he somehow get it together, dude.
Hey, so what's the biggest thing on the stage this weekend? It's called the Super Bowl. Uh, we talked about it earlier, where we'll be, but I'll give you a little something before we start talking about who you smoking with in the Super Bowl. All right, fellas, will be at Eduardo Lamone's out in Richmond Park doing our thing. Come hang out with us, man, for real. We have a smoking good time. As you say, Lefty, it's a whole movie. It's a whole
Oh,
movie, baby.
it's gonna be a whole movie.
So, Chiefs, Eagles, you know, they ain't had that whole week in between. The it's still uh 1.5 is the spread. The over and under went up 1 point to 51. It was at 50, now it's 51. You got Mahomes versus Hurts. You got two African American quarterbacks in the game. Uh, everybody's talking about the Chiefs' offense. Everybody's talking about the Chiefs' defense. But both their counterparts are underrated, like the Chiefs' defense and the Eagles' offense. They're not getting enough shine. I think in this week, as they talked about the teams. At this point, Lefty, who you rocking with?
Oh, it's tough, man. You know, I'm a defense guy. You know, like I think great defenses win Super Bowls. So if I'm being forced to make a pick, I would go with the Eagles, who, the four guys with 10 sacks. I think it's the first in decades that has happened, if ever. Uh, but Patrick Mahomes is just that dude. Nick Wright made a great point. I didn't even think about this the other day when he was saying by 1993, after Mike's first, two rings, even before I think the third, they already had statues up of the, best there is, best to ever be, this, that, and other. This is before the six rings. If Mahomes can beat this Eagles defense, if he go out there and show out, you got to start putting him in them conversations, man. In that greatest, I don't say GOAT, but one of the great all-time greats, because that's a tough defense. Now, we saw what happened against Tampa's defense, but in his defense, he had turf toe in that one too. Now, I don't know. I don't know if the ankle is still bothering, or if it's a factor, but it's so hard to go against that dude. Watching some of the stuff he does on the field, but defense wins championships for me, man. I think Jalen Hurts won't hurt you, even if you don't have a great game with the shoulder or whatever. I don't think he'll hurt you. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles in by 3, a close one, 27-24, something like that.
KDL.
I'm a preface this by saying I think the Eagles overall are the better team. Overall, offense, defense, overall, they got the best corners. They sack heavy. I got the best overall team is fit. But I got to go with Mahomes, and I'm gonna tell you what. I go off the fact that Andy Reid had 2 weeks to prepare for this offense. Andy Reid has been dominant over his former team. Patrick Mahomes, if he's healthy, if he can move, then that pass rush, Mahomes steps up. Travis Kelce keeps moving. Not Hardeman. What's the name goes over the top. Like the Chiefs got a lot of ways to beat you offensively. I think Philly's defense is better, but Philadelphia is running to a team that can score. So, yes, you got a dominant run game. Yes, you got the overall better defense. Yes. However, the Chiefs can score. Chiefs just got to do something on defense to either stop that running game or at least keep them in bay. Because Jalen Hurts is not going to beat Kansas City by his damn self. He's not. I like Jalen Hurts. I got respect for him. Hell, I wouldn't mind Jalen Hurts getting his first ring. I really wouldn't. Jalen Hurts ain't going to beat him. It's going to be that running game from Philly, and it's going to be that defense if Philly wins the game. I like Mahomes, man. I just trust. I'll put it like this: I trust Andy Reid and Mahomes over the crazy coach and Jalen Hurts. I just, if it comes down to, especially if it's close. If Philly blow them out, that's one thing. If that game is close, I trust Mahomes and Kelce and Andy Reid over crazy coach, because crazy coach will go crazy coach at any damn given time, especially if that spotlight is on, especially if that pressure is high. So I'm a rock with KC. Y'all know I got a little sentimental. With KC, but I'm a rock with KC.
For me, it's about who doesn't turn the ball over. That's one key. Yeah. Who doesn't turn the ball over? And with the way both defenses are playing, if you turn the ball over, they're going to make you pay. Now, Philly has to stop the run game for KC because it was non-existent early on.
No damn run game.
Dude, oh boy, what is it?
KC? That dude number one?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Not Olaire, but the other cat. It's Pacheco. You got a funny name. Yeah.
Isaiah. Yeah. Pacheco or whatever. Pacheco. He has been balling. And he been balling.
KC got to stop Philly's running game way before Philly got to stop KC.
I get it. But if you let number one get off, that means Kelsey's getting off. That means every receiver gonna get off if he get off. You do know that. So, I'm like you, Kev. I would like to see Hurts getting one because I don't know if they'll get back next year. I can't say that about that dude, Patrick Mahomes. He can get there. I don't know if Hurts can get there again, so I would like to see him go ahead and get one because I think Pat'll have 3 more times, that he'll be there to get one.
Yeah, but we don't know that. Patrick Mahomes can't go 1-3.
No.
Yeah, like you can't do it.
He can't.
Because Kansas City is not guaranteed to get back either. You don't know how these contracts gonna go, man. You don't know how long Kelsey got. Like KC got to kind of do it.
You guys, Mahomes is the type of player that
he a dynasty type of player.
Mahomes is that rare player that makes everybody around him better, man. There's things that he can do on the run, from in the pocket. Just how creative he is amazing. Like I said, if he beat this Philly defense, because you remember when Tampa defense, when they were able to get pressure, Philly defense don't have to blitz. When you can get the type of pressure they get with their front four, the secondary job is easy.
Left.
Now, what they have to do though,
he had 468 yards. Remember that. It was 468 scrambling yards. He was running for his life.
Yeah. So that's
kill you. He pump fake. Meanwhile, he's running for 8 yards.
Right.
9 2nd and 2. He gonna hit you with Kelsey. Kelsey either gonna go fake block. Me and Jonah was talking about this last night. It's a fake block
against Tampa. He wasn't getting them 8 yards. He was running sideline to sideline, not goalpost to goalpost in that game. So if Philly can get that type of pressure,
that turf toe did that.
If you actually double team Kelsey, Mahomes gonna make somebody else to do. He gonna kill you either way. So Philly got to get to Mahomes. If they get to Mahomes, game over.
Hey,
But if
speaking of
they don't,
Kelsey, I was thinking about his parents. Remember, his brother is the center, Jason Kelsey for the Eagles. And you got Travis. The parents, where you gonna sit at? Who jersey you gonna wear? I mean, the safe bet is to get you those jerseys, those half jerseys made, and rock that way. But
they're
man,
gonna have to.
that's
They're gonna have
crazy.
to do that. They're
That's
gonna have to do
crazy,
the half
man.
jersey.
That's
Got to do
crazy.
the half jerseys.
Or do
And
what
they're
the
gonna be
Currys
cheering.
used to
They're gonna be cheering both ways the whole game.
do. What Dale and Steph fine ass mama used to do. Each one wear a different jersey. Yeah, you can pull out one off too.
Yeah. You had to throw the fine part in there too, huh?
I always have to reference her as fine. I always have to reference her as fine.
But
That's
dude, just
given.
imagine whoever wins, what's the next holiday they all gonna get together? It's like the smack talk around the barbecue, bro.
Oh yeah,
That's crazy. That's
that's a
crazy.
that's a great
But
conversation to have.
you got to look
But
at it. Both of them already got one ring. Somebody finna go up
yeah,
2-1.
Right, right.
They already
my
got one.
only hope is if Kansas City win, please put the camera on Patrick Mahomes' daddy, because Patrick Mahomes Sr. is a man. You know he's gonna be drunk. You know he gonna light a cigar right on the field, like
On the
that
field,
dude is
bro.
off the chain, man.
Well,
Please, man, if KC win, put the camera right on him.
somebody control his brother, because his brother gonna be drunk right along with him.
Oh my God.
His
Oh my
brother gonna kick
God.
something off in the stands. Trust.
Somebody gonna catch his brother at the coffee shop getting a latte with peppermint in it and wear him out. But I'm like, Sweets, you hit it right on the head, man. This is me right along with you. I'm rooting for my squares.
Oh, that's
I'm
facts.
rooting for
Yeah,
my
that's facts.
squares, baby.
Well, we know that. That's facts.
Man, I'm rooting for my squares. Pay me all day.
I'm gonna do so many parlays tomorrow. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Oh, you know what? I'm about to put them in tonight. It's gonna probably be hard to get on FanDuel now. But
Yeah,
it's always hard to get a Super Bowl. I remind myself to do them tonight. Yeah, man. I just want a great game. And
right.
like for me, I don't have no dog in the fight. I'm not a Philly fan, a KC fan, but I like Mahomes and Hurts. But I just think if Mahomes can pull this off against this Philly defense, got to start having them conversations. You know what I mean? Like, we got to start having them real conversations. It's three Super Bowls in 4 years or something, right? As a starter or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something
3
crazy.
out of is it 3? Not 3 out of 4. 3 out of 5, I think.
3
Or
out of 5.
Well,
no,
his
it ain't been
rookie
that
3 out of
year,
5.
time.
his
What
rookie
is it?
year, his rookie season, he ain't played like the last game.
Right.
So, but I mean, ever since he's been like the full-time starter, I mean, what he's
He's
been
been in
able
the
to do,
AFC Championship every single year since he's been a star.
yeah,
Yeah.
every single year.
And that's strong.
And that's hard to do in football. And keep in mind, KC got to the Super Bowl and lost one of the top receivers in the league in Tariq Hill. So he lost one of his top
Yeah.
weapons, and he still won MVP.
Still got back
Yeah.
And Mahomes
Yeah.
still won MVP, and they back in the Super Bowl.
on one leg.
That dude is when you
Now,
start
speaking
talking
of that one leg, that's gonna be the telling factor, Kev. That high ankle sprain. How well is it? Because
Mhm.
remember when he had
He
turf
just got to.
toe,
He
it was
just got to
very
know to
difficult for
step
him.
up. Don't stand back. He got to know to step up because they coming.
And
Yeah.
So he got
it's
to
probably
step
gonna
up.
be feeling good in the beginning of the game. But if he get hit and somebody lay on it or fall on it, that's when you gonna
Well,
start to see the
they
grip.
gonna shoot him up to begin with.
Yeah, but Lefty, when one of them 260, 280s fall on your leg.
Oh yeah, a whole nother
They
ball
gonna
game.
shoot him up anyway.
Right, right. Now, it's been so much going on since the championship, NFC and AFC, the 2 weeks. Dude, your boy put in his retirement papers the other day. Tom Brady. So that's it. He can pull them back, but 9 times out of 10, when you put in your retirement papers, that's it. You done. He ain't filed them with the NFL. He's done.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
done.
I feel horrible for him as he has a $300 million contract waiting for him in the analyst booth. Boo hoo for
Well,
Tom Brady.
Hey,
you always say
he
he got the
said, I
perfect
ain't gonna
life.
even take that right now.
Right.
I'm gonna sit out a year. I'm gonna wait on that.
Right.
You know you
Well,
get money when you do that.
I think he's going to take a couple of broadcasting classes on the low, in house. Somebody's gonna come to him in his house, and he's gonna take some classes 2 times a week. Get himself, you know, ready for the booth. That's what I think he's doing.
Well,
Because
he
Tom's
don't have
image, he is not
he
trying to
don't
ruin his image and be stupid
he don't have much
in the
of a
booth.
personality. So let's see how he does as an analyst. First of all, he's kind of dry. You know what I mean? But we'll see.
Hey, he got to have some type of personality. The
Yeah,
models,
No, everybody
he got a
ain't Peyton
personality.
Manning, brother. Peyton Manning jumped right in and took off.
But Peyton
He brought
always
his
had a
brother Eli
personality.
in. Eli ain't got no personality either. But Eli is getting it now. Tom
Nah,
Brady, we don't know.
Eli always been kind of goofy. You know, he kind of got that little goofy thing going on. He was goofy in the league. Like he's just
yeah.
kind of
Chad
him.
Powers. Chad
But
Powers.
but but
Chad.
Tom Brady,
Chad.
Tom
Chad.
Tom Brady, like you ever watch the Tom Brady press conference? How boring they are. Like they the most boring press conferences
Hey,
ever.
man.
Even his retirement speech.
His personality is his wallet.
That's true.
That's fact.
Even his retirement
That's
video
fact.
was boring. Almost
That's
felt
why,
asleep.
hey, whoever that Facebook user was, not only is his personality his wallet, the man said, you know what, I ain't gonna even take the 300 million. I'm gonna start that next year. I'm gonna sit out, you know, gather my. You know you got money when you say I ain't gonna take the 300 million right now. And Fox
Right.
said, okay, that's cool. Come on,
Right.
man. That's money, dog.
Well, he didn't do like Ed Reed and not sign the contract. He had signed it already.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Let's not do that.
I just had to
I
throw that
met
out
Ed
there.
Reed. Shout out to Ed Reed. I met Ed Reed at the Houston Cigar week last year. Ed Reed a good dude. Cool dude.
Hey, not
Don't do
saying
that.
that at all, but
2 sides to every
sign the
story. Don't do
dotted
that.
line. If you didn't learn anything, sign the dotted line.
Yeah, did you also see, even though J.J. Watt retired, he ain't put his papers in yet. He just announced it.
Facts.
His papers still not signed.
Exactly. Now, one of the biggest statements, press conferences I saw was new Broncos head coach Sean Payton. Did you hear him say Russell's personal quarterback coach and support staff will not be allowed in the Broncos facility?
Let's see how this works. Let's see how it works.
Good.
I don't know.
He should have never had that anyway.
Man, I don't know.
You can't have your own coach running around. Tom Brady got away with that. You can't have your own coach running around, dog, and you got your own office. What the hell you got an office for? For what? You can't have. They said he had parking lot spaces for him and his entourage.
Yeah.
Man, get out of here, man. I don't blame Sean Payton at all. No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that.
Hey,
That's
that's
gonna be my
strong.
coach. Tell him, Sean
That's
Payton.
strong. So I had to give it up to him. He came
Hell
out
out
and
of here.
said it in the press conference. So take that. I don't know if they had already had a sit down discussion about it, but if they
But they talk
didn't,
about now. They didn't talk about now.
if they hadn't talked about it and he came out and said that, you sitting there in the morning, somebody's making your eggs and stuff, and you sitting there at your little bar countertop and you looking up at ESPN and it's like, what?
First of all,
Call dude and
after,
say, hey, dog, your services are no longer needed.
after the season Russell Wilson had, he shouldn't have nothing to say.
Nothing.
He's absolutely horrible. And as a matter of fact, earlier I was looking at an article that Terry Bradshaw kind of outed what Sean Payton had said about him when he was, over there at Fox, and it wasn't good. So let's see how he going. I'm still baffled at why he took that job.
Yeah, me too.
I'm baffled why he took that job.
I think he would have took that Chargers job, but I think he wanted back in so much that, all right, I'll do it. Russell Wilson,
I can see that being the factor, because you're right, Kev. I sure thought that Staley was out I thought Staley was good as dead.
Housekeeper.
And if you're the Dallas Cowboys, you're gonna regret not moving on from McCarthy and bringing in Sean Payton. I thought Payton was a great fit in
No,
Dallas.
he wasn't gonna never do that, dog. If look, I'm Sean Payton, Jerry, my boy. I stay in Dallas. I have no say so over nothing as long as Jerry there.
That's true.
So I can't do that.
That's true.
He gonna have a little say so. He might not run it all. He gotta have a little say so in Denver. He would have had nothing in Dallas, and he know that.
Hey, Kev,
Well, I just just a coach of Sean Payton's caliber, though, like that situation, I probably would have preferred to go to a team who's about to draft a rookie quarterback and start over dealing with that Broncos are a mess. And you traded away all your picks to get Russell Wilson, then traded another pick that you got from Miami to bring Peyton in. So how are you going to
hold on.
Yeah.
You got Russell Wilson, you got Judy, you got a decent running back if he ain't hurt, right? You got a defense. I mean, the cupboard ain't bare, bro. Like you ain't just starting from scratch. They got a defense.
You got some tools on the belt.
You got a couple.
You got to put it up. Can he put it all together to be not just competitive, but actually win in that division?
Well, the question is Russell Wilson, was it just a bad year, or was he washed up? That's what's going to get answered next year.
That is true.
Was it a fluke season, or is he really, it's over?
Well, we can start with that coach. And Kev, you said it. I didn't think that they were going to let him go. It's his first year and all that, but good Lord.
Especially when you still paying Fangio. You paying Fangio. Like you paying coaches left and right. When is Denver gonna get Elway out of that front office?
They're not gonna fire him, bro. That's John Elway.
All season long, you said fire the man.
Bro, that's John Elway. They're not gonna do it. Now they might ask him, hey man,
step down.
Or
bring
we've been thinking, we've been looking at a couple general managers, you know what I mean? And like they may come to him like that. They're not gonna fire him. He's John Elway. In them. They're not gonna fire him.
No, I agree with you that. They're not gonna fire him. But I think you gotta at some point he's missed on like 4 or 5 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
As of right now, this Russell Wilson deal Russell Wilson deal looks terrible. He done been through 3-4 head coaches. He can't get it together. Anybody else would have been fired by now. Anybody else.
That is true. That is
John Elway, dog. They're not gonna do it.
Hey Kev, don't break your screen on this next one. But your boy Brett Favre has submitted paperwork to dismiss the Mississippi lawsuit, bro. And this is flying so far under the radar, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
hold on. I'm gonna throw something at you. He is suing Shannon Sharp and Pat McAfee. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
For defamation of character.
Right.
Dude, you are under federal investigation
right.
for documented stuff. And you on video. Hey, don't tell nobody. Right? You on video. And then you document it. This is federal. And you saying, well, I didn't know. I didn't know the money was to the point you paid back some of the money. That's the admission of guilt. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Right. What is the defamation? That's what I don't understand. What's defamation? What are they talking about? They didn't call him a pedophile.
Hey, as they say, where is the lie? Where's the lie in all of this?
Right.
Where's the lie?
I mean, but now 90% of the time, when your back is against the wall, you want to come out swinging and throw everything out there, and that's what he's doing. Everybody in the world knows it's stupid. It ain't gonna work, bro. It's over.
You did it. You did it, bro, and you got caught.
Take your Wrangler jeans, straight to the pen.
Right. Take your Wrangler jeans.
Get back on
Just
your
go
track.
away, man. Like, stop it. And then you gonna
Right.
sue them. So you rather spend money and lawyers to sue them instead of spending money to get out of what you
Right.
did.
Right.
You took money
Right.
from the poor, brother, on purpose for a damn volleyball stadium. Really?
Yeah, that.
And now defamation of character. You know, they call me out. Really? What lawyer is taking that on? Dude,
Right.
you did it.
Who
It's a
submitted the
federal
paper?
investigation going on, sir. Do you realize what's going on?
Hey,
Right.
he chose Shannon in the whole show, not Skip.
Well,
And
Shannon
Shannon went in on him, though. Remember that?
ended up that Hennessy that day too, though. You know, Shannon will.
Listen. You take any business law class, they tell you sue everybody and let the courts work it out. You don't leave one man out.
But
Skip,
some of that
not
lawyer
you,
money
Skip.
that he's suing them should be going to the lawyers that's trying to stay his ass out of jail. You spent money on the wrong lawyers.
All right, so what happened with your boy Kevo? Michael Irvin. Listen.
Come on, man. Don't go here, man. That's my man.
Hey,
Don't go down. Don't do this, man.
he clapping back, dog.
That's my man.
He's suing the hotel and the hotel manager for $100 million.
He should.
You know, because he said he had been drinking a little bit, but he didn't remember the conversation. Well, that's what he said. You know, in the article.
It wasn't no little bit.
And I get it, but the article said he was drinking a little bit, and he had a 45-second to 1 minute conversation with this female employee, because when he came back from wherever he was at, he was greeting fans and all of that stuff, and that's it. He said he
First
went
of
to
all,
his
he
room
didn't even
alone,
remember the
all of that.
conversation. Number one,
right? So
they put him in a room and showed him the tape.
And it wasn't the female employee that had the accusations. It was the hotel manager,
right,
that filed it.
All
So
he said
man
was,
said he don't even remember. Man said he don't remember talking to the lady, which tells me one of two things. He was high as a kite or drunk as hell. And he probably did it. And whatever they said he did, he more than likely did it.
The only thing he probably said, hey, I don't know what time you get off, but I'm in room such and such. Come on.
You think that's all he said?
That's all he said. He said it was 45 seconds. He like, I don't even understand what's going on.
Mike down there. Mike down there in the Super Bowl. It's snowing. Look, hey, Kevo, it's snowing good out there. Snowing good out there. You know what I mean?
And I would be willing to bet. I'd be willing to bet it was snowing in the hotel lobby when he came back.
Exactly. It was snowing good. He lost his
snowing good.
Yeah, it was snowing good.
Snowing good. All the man said was come up. I guarantee you, like any dude would. He drunk, he come in, he still, hey, I don't know what time you get off, but I'm in room such and such. Come holler at your boy. And he walked off. It was only a 45-second conversation, bro.
I don't believe it was that subtle, kid.
It was nothing physical. It was nothing physical. He don't even remember the damn conversation. So that
so you know it wasn't subtle if you don't remember it.
Well, how many conversations have we all forgot we ain't had?
Off that old.
Right.
Come on.
Probably what it was.
Right. All right.
Mike Irvin just being Michael Irvin. That's all it is.
We got about 15 minutes left.
When he coming back on First Take?
Well, he won't be on NFL Network.
Right.
No, they sent him home. They sent him home like they did Warren Sapp.
They shut that down quick.
Yes.
Now, the question is, when will Jay Will be on First Take? After he got into it with Stephen A. in a heated debate over Kyrie Irving requesting a trade. I mean, that went down.
Yeah, I saw that. You know, I like Jay Will, and even if you don't agree with him, Stephen A.'s rebuttal was real it was kind of attackish, you know what I mean? So I could see why he responded the
Childish.
way he did. Yeah, like he
Childish.
always do. Still he started yelling, and you know what I mean. So I don't think he should be punished for that. But I get it. Stephen A. is the cash cow there. He the big money dude. He the dude over there. But for him to think he could just talk to people any type of way, which he tends to do, and get away with it, like, nah.
Well, this ain't the first time he ain't got checked on his own show.
Yeah, that's true.
JJ
That's true.
Reddick. JJ
Mhm.
Reddick checked him.
Well, JJ Reddick
Uh,
clearly don't like Stephen A. Smith. It's pretty clear he doesn't like him
yeah,
at all.
facts. But that's the thing where now the newer analysts who have played the game for years, and now you just can't say anything as an analyst now. I mean,
That's true.
you can't. You can't, because now they're gonna clap back and say, "No, you're wrong. You're
Right.
wrong on this. You're wrong
Especially
on this."
when more and more former players are now in the booth with on those shows now.
Right.
Like, because JJ Reddick, and I love how Reddick defends like the younger players. Like, he defends them when somebody start talking about, when Stephen A. and them get to mouthing off, running off about the old school and all that, and who ain't tough and this, that, and the other. Stephen A. is. Yeah, I wish we could get
Come
him on here.
on, man. You ain't been a fan of Jay since he met the tree. Come on,
Oh,
man.
wow,
Come on.
wow,
And
that was low.
That's
don't do
low.
that, man.
Come on, man.
That was low.
Come on. Come on. But
The Bulls didn't have to do it, but they did it. Bulls didn't have to really pay him, dog. He got in an accident he ain't no business doing.
It's part of his contract. Yeah,
They didn't have to
could've
pay
done-
him. But the Bulls did him a solid and was like, okay. But I'm gonna tell y'all this. Jay Will tries to be real. He tries to be real, but his realness ain't real. Follow me on this. He tried to stand up to Stephen A. Right? No, Stephen A., you're wrong. I say what I mean. What do you mean? Right? So Stephen A. was like, stop with all this. It's interesting. Like, it's like this, or I think this, or whatever. Stephen A. was telling him, no, say what you want to say, bro. Get it out. Say what you want to say. He was like, no, you have energy on Kyrie, which he was right.
Well, Stephen A. was yelling.
He was right on what he said, but how he said it pissed Stephen A. off, and that's how the argument started. He was right. Stephen A. has more energy on Kyrie when it comes to Kyrie than anybody. He's right.
Yeah,
but
it's true.
How he said it was, I find it interesting that you always, Stephen A. was like, hold on, you find it interesting? Say what you got to say. He said, I brought you on this show, speak your mind. He kind of put him on the spot. And Jay Will was still like, no, I'm just saying, right? So he tried to be real. He ain't real. Stephen A. controls that show and he knows it.
Yep, he the dude.
So he can't really go at him. They can argue, but he can't go at him. He was trying to pull something out.
Right.
I thought he was trying to do. But
yeah, he was trying to lead the conversation a certain way, and Stephen A. was like, "Hold, wait a minute. Say what you want to say, bro.
Say what you got to say, bro.
Don't be hemming and hawing, as my mom would say. Don't give me the errors and hemming and hawing. Say what you got to say, man." And then the funny part about the show was Molly. They was in her ear like, "Hey, move it along," and she was like,
"She tried.
She was trying.
She was trying hard.
Well, we're all colleagues. We're all colleagues now.
Right.
We're all colleagues.
Right.
And I see what he's saying. And I see what. Shut up. You. It's too late. It's too late.
Right. You let it get out of hand, and you couldn't put it back in the box.
I thought
it was like, we need to go to commercial. We need to go to commercial.
I thought it was a SmokeFella meeting.
Hey man, we got about 10 minutes left in the show, but I got a question for y'all, man.
Oh my God, man, what's going on?
Who is the greatest NBA team that never was? And I'm talking super teams. All right, so I'm gonna give you a list, and you tell me which was the greatest that never was.
Houston.
Rockets. You got the Dream, Barkley,
Scotty.
Pippen.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right, that's Dream. I mean Dream, Barkley, Pippen. That's Rockets one. You got Rockets two. The Dream, Barkley, Drexler. That's Rockets number two. Then you got to put the Nets one. KD, Kyrie, Simmons. Nets two. KD, Kyrie, Harden. And Kev, sorry, I had to put your team in there. Lakers, LBJ, AD, Russ.
Mm, greatest that never was. I think we kind of knew the Laker thing wasn't gonna work with Russ. I'm gonna go neck and neck with the Nets too, with Harden, with Harden, Kyrie, and KD. And I'm gonna go with the Rockets too, even though Drexler was, at the end was kind of over the hill, and Barkley was kind of coming off of those. By that time he was having issues with his back or something he was having issues with. But
Yeah, back
I
in the
think no. So now that I think of it, no, I'm gonna go with that. I think the Nets team were Harden, KD, and Kyrie. I got to go with that one. By
I
a
mean, come on.
slim margin, slim margin.
Yeah, it's a slim margin.
Hmm.
Uh, that Dream, Barkley, and Pippen. Barkley blew out his knee,
Right.
and that kind of derailed them. You
Yeah.
know, uh, yeah, we can throw if you want to throw another squad in there. You can throw in Portland when Pip was there. I
The
mean,
Rasheed and who else?
yeah, Bonzi,
Yeah, that
all of
was
them.
nice.
I mean, but Gandy threw out the Shaq, Malone, Kobe, and Peyton experiment.
Yeah. See, but here's the difference with those. A lot of those guys were way past their prime. They were
Right,
already kind of
right,
down trending when they
right.
got together. So they were already kind of on their downside. Like Karl Malone, even though he had a solid season, then he got hurt. Don't forget, Carl got hurt
Yeah,
that season too. But when you talk about Harden, who had just came off MVPs, and KD is KD, like the shooters and everything, I gotta put them one, man. That was and part of that too is they were never on the floor together. Somebody was hurt or COVID or Kyrie's sister's birthday, as Kev always brings up. Or something was always going on. But I think just as an overall talent and age and where they had in their careers, I gotta go with that one.
I'm going with the KD Kyrie because it's most recent. But I will say that Pippen, Barkley, Olajuwon, they was predicted to do something. They predicted to do something. At least make
But
it
Barkley
perfect.
got hurt though. Barkley got hurt.
he blew out
Okay,
his
Barkley
knee.
got hurt.
He blew out his knee.
Yeah,
Barkley got hurt. I'll give you the Pippen, Olajuwon, and Drexler. I mean, not Pippen. Olajuwon, Drexler. No, it was
Barkley.
Pippen.
No,
Yeah.
Barkley.
Pippen,
That was
Olajuwon,
right.
Drexler.
Pippen came and replaced Drexler.
Pippen, yeah, okay. But this Durant
Drexler
Harden
was
in today's society, this Durant
Drexler
Harden,
was old.
yeah, they was all of them was kind of old.
Right. They were older. They were definitely older, but that Brooklyn team, I mean, the shooter.
Like they
Yeah.
come on, man. They late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
Every other team we named was in their 30s. Them Pippen, Olajuwon, and all that, they was in their 30s, bro. These dudes here are in the prime of their career.
Yeah.
And Kyrie orchestrated it all. That wasn't KD. KD probably had a hand in bringing in Harden, convincing him. But Kyrie orchestrated all this, bro. And now he's gone. He had the nerve to say he was disrespected. I felt disrespected. Really? Dude, they bent over backwards for you. They did everything for you. They let you play in road games that they never should have let you play in. Bro,
Right.
don't get me started on that. But again, I think that was the most disappointing team. Talent-wise. Just talent-wise alone. Because like I said, Barkley and all them was in their 30s. You can't really, these guys is in late 20s, early 30s.
And Barkley and Pippen
That had to be the most disappointing team.
Barkley and Pippen already been dealing with injuries and stuff like that by the time they all got together. Like they were beat up. Like they were all beat up.
They was trying to get together and make one last run, but Father Time caught them.
Yeah.
Father Time caught them.
Definitely.
Hey, we got about 4 minutes left, so we're gonna do our shot and parts, man. I'll start with you, KDL.
Thank everybody for tuning in. Appreciate the love, man. On this ride this Saturday afternoon. Hey, if y'all not doing nothing tonight, my boy Drew is having a birthday party at Water Lamone's. It'll be Kappa heavy tonight, but we're gonna get it in. Come on and celebrate tomorrow. Super Bowl. SmokeFellas, y'all know we hosting an event this Sunday. Come out, food, raffles. We get it in. Y'all know how we do. If you ever been to a SmokeFella party, y'all know how we do. You are more than welcome to come out. Early arrival is suggested. I'm going to say that in the door. Early arrival is suggested. It gets kind of thick as the day go on. Game is not till what, 5:30, I think?
Yep.
Come on out and join us. Appreciate the ride.
Lefty Bowl.
Yeah, of course, everything Kevo said. Y'all know we finna head over to the Red Pepper Day Drinking ain't for the week. Event hosted by Baby Fella, Mr. Fuller Lights himself, and co-hosted by the SmokeFellas. So we will be in the building. I do want to say on behalf of all of us, Sports and Cigars podcast, condolences to our man Harvey and to Big Joy on their losses, their recent losses. Happy birthday. We celebrated Tammy last night. Like KF said, Big Drew and Big Tate, happy birthday to you guys, man. I'm pretty sure we're gonna all be back in the building tonight doing it again. Like you said, Drew party at Eduardo Lamone's tonight. And Kevo said it best. Early arrival. Mean like 1 o'clock arrival. Like, yeah, it's an all-day thing. Ton of food, man. Come out, have a good time with the fellas,
man. Yes, sir. You all said it all. Y'all said it all, man. Y'all said it all. So, at the end of every ride, I'd say it, where there's smoke,
there's the fellas.
Yes, sir. So we will catch you guys next week where we'll be talking some NCAA, Oklahoma and Texas. They leaving earlier than they supposed to. We're gonna talk about the drama that's going on in Carolina. So get with us next week. We'll bring y'all some old school versus new school. Start one, bench one, cut one. I got some stuff on deck for y'all. So man, come check us out next week.
About the Carolina situation.
Yeah, we talking about that one.
I'd rather not.
Talking about that.
We gotta address that because as it turns out, Ben's boy Hubert Davis, it takes him off the hot seat. This ain't on.
I'm gonna have.
But we're gonna get into that one next week, and it's probably
whenever we start talking about that.
Right.
My internet gonna go around.
So we'll check y'all out next week, man. We out.
All right, y'all. Peace.
All the best.